One arrogant decision obliterated a billion-dollar empire. How did Nokia, the king of mobile phones, collapse overnight? In the early 2000s, Nokia wasn't just a company. It was the symbol of mobile communication, with phones in every pocket and a grip on 40% of the global market. But in just a few years, it went from untouchable giant to a footnote in tech history. What caused this catastrophic fall? Was it bad leadership, missed opportunities, or a rival that saw the future first? Stick around as we unravel the rise, the fatal mistakes, and the shocking downfall of Nokia. Plus, a single decision so arrogant, it changed tech forever, the rise of Nokia, from paper to powerhouse. Nokia's story begins in 1865, not with phones, but with paper. Yes, a Finnish paper mill. By the late 20th century, Nokia pivoted to electronics, and by the 1990s, it struck gold with mobile phones. The Nokia 3210, launched in 1999, sold 160 million units. Its durability, long battery life, and that addictive snake game made it a cultural icon. By 2005, Nokia was selling over 200 million phones annually, dwarfing competitors like Motorola and Ericsson. Its Symbian operating system powered devices that felt futuristic, with features like customizable ringtones and basic internet access. Nokia wasn't just making phones, it was defining how the world connected. But success breeds complacency. Nokia's dominance made it blind to the storm brewing on the horizon, the smartphone revolution. In 2007, the tech world shifted. Apple unveiled the iPhone, a sleek touchscreen device that wasn't just a phone but a computer in your pocket. It introduced the App Store, a touch-based interface, and a user experience that felt light years ahead of Nokia's clunky keypads. Around the same time, Google's Android platform emerged, offering an open-source alternative that companies like Samsung could adapt and innovate on quickly. Nokia's challenge wasn't just new competitors, it was a failure to see the smartphone as the future. While Apple and Google bet on ecosystems driven by apps and touchscreens, Nokia doubled down on its Symbian OS, which was reliable but outdated. Symbian was built for feature phones, not the app-driven, internet-centric world of smartphones. By 2008, Nokia's market share was still strong, but cracks were forming. The iPhone was a status symbol, Android was gaining traction, and Nokia's phones started feeling like relics. The fatal mistakes. Mistake 1. Arrogance in leadership. Nokia's leadership, led by CEO Olli-Pekka Kallasvuo, underestimated the iPhone. Internal memos later revealed executives dismissed it as a niche product with a high price tag that wouldn't scale. They believed Nokia's massive market share and brand loyalty would protect it. This arrogance blinded them to the iPhone's revolutionary user experience and the power of its ecosystem. Nokia's R&D teams were developing touchscreen prototypes as early as 2004, but management shelved them, prioritizing Symbian over innovation. Mistake 2. A bloated, inflexible Symbian was Nokia's pride, but by the late 2000s, it was a liability. Developers found it cumbersome to create apps for, unlike Apple's iOS or Google's Android. While competitors built vibrant app ecosystems, Symbian struggled with basic tasks like smooth scrolling or multitasking. Nokia released phones like the N97 in 2009, marketed as an iPhone killer, but its sluggish performance and buggy software disappointed users. By 2010, Symbian's market share was eroding as Android and iOS surged. Mistake 3. Cultural dysfunction. Insider accounts paint a picture of a toxic corporate culture. Nokia's engineering teams were talented but siloed, with rival factions competing internally rather than collaborating. Middle managers feared delivering bad news to executives, leading to a yes-man culture that ignored warning signs. Engineers who pushed for bold changes like adopting Android or developing a new OS were sidelined. This internal chaos slowed innovation, leaving Nokia unable to pivot. Mistake 4. The Microsoft misstep. By 2011, Nokia was desperate. New CEO Stephen Elop, a former Microsoft executive, made a fateful decision: abandon Symbian and partner with Microsoft to adopt Windows Phone. This was the arrogant decision that sealed Nokia's fate. Elop's infamous burning platform memo publicly declared Symbian dead, alienating developers and customers before Windows Phone was ready. The Lumia series, launched in 2011, had solid hardware but ran on Windows Phone, an OS with a tiny app ecosystem. Consumers didn't want a third option when iOS and Android already dominated. Nokia's market share plummeted from 34% in 2010 to 3% by 2013. The role of competitors. While Nokia faltered, Samsung and Apple capitalized. Samsung flooded the market with Android-powered Galaxy phones, offering variety at every price point. Apple's iPhone became a cultural juggernaut, with its seamless integration of hardware, software, and services. Both companies built ecosystems, App Store for Apple, Google Play for Android, that developers flocked to. Nokia, by contrast, had no ecosystem to match. Its OV store was a ghost town, and its phones couldn't compete on features or prestige. The sale to Microsoft. In 2013, Nokia's phone division was sold to Microsoft for $7.2 billion, a fraction of its peak $150 billion valuation. The deal marked the end of Nokia as a mobile giant. Microsoft tried to salvage the Lumia line, but Windows Phone never gained traction. By 2016, Microsoft wrote off the acquisition, laying off thousands and effectively killing Nokia's phone legacy. The brand that once connected billions was reduced to a cautionary tale. What was the arrogant decision that ended it all? It wasn't just the Microsoft deal. It was the hubris of believing Nokia was too big to fail. Years of dismissing competitors, clinging to an outdated OS, and stifling innovation culminated in a collapse so swift it shocked the tech world. Nokia's fall wasn't just about one bad call. It was a cascade of arrogance, missed opportunities, and failure to adapt. From a paper mill to a mobile empire, Nokia shaped how we communicated, only to be undone by its inability to see the smartphone revolution coming. Its story is a stark reminder. No matter how big you are, innovation waits for no one. Today, Nokia survives as a telecom infrastructure company, but its phones are a distant memory, licensed to smaller firms making budget devices. The king of mobile fell, not with a bang, but with a single, fatal misstep.